Ladies and gentlemen, Violet Games here. Today I'm going to be talking about where is my Overwatch content? Will I be making Overwatch content? Other questions similar to that one. So basically, the subtopics that are going to be within that little statement is going to be me talking about what happened to my Somber Guide. There was a Somber Guide if you weren't aware, and some of you are, and I'm going to apologize to you because it's bad. It's really bad. I'm sorry about that. And then I'm going to be talking about kind of my current problem with collecting footage for this game. Like, it has been an absolute bitch mother, and I'm going to be talking about that. And then I'm going to also, in that same vein, talk about the current meta and my biggest fucking problem with it. Okay? So, without further ado, let's get started on this very unconventional video. So, what happened to my Somber Guide? Basically, I made a Somber Guide literally 2 days ago. I finished it 2 days ago anyways. It took me about 2 weeks to get all this together because of the nature of the character. And spoiler alert, it's because Somber is kind of shit. And I do talk about this near the end of the video, which no longer exists. So, I'm just going to briefly explain why that no longer exists, why I can't salvage that footage, and what exactly happened to it. So, again, I made a Somber Guide. It was not unlike any other video I made, is what I meant to say. If I said the opposite earlier, I'm sorry. It was not unlike any other guide that I've ever made in the past. It had everything, all the bells and whistles that traditional Violent games have. I thought overall it was a really good video. I did watch over the entire video before I exported it. However, I bring up the export part of the process because this is where I think things went wrong. So how I came to this realization was that after watching my video in my editor, I exported the video and uploaded it as I would any other Violent Games video I've done ever. This has worked out in the past and I've had no problems with this. Except for this time, I guess. So I upload the video, and then the next morning, I wake up and one of my close PlayStation Network friends sent me a message on PSN saying, "Hey man, the audio in your video is like doubling over itself." And I'm like, oh shit. Thanks for looking out for me. So I went up and I ran up to my laptop and I go to my YouTube channel and I immediately make the video private. Then I proceed to watch one of the most cancerous piece of shit videos I've ever seen on the internet. And I'm just appalled, disgusted, ashamed, and just guilty about the entire experience. Because I'm looking at my view count and I see like 50 to 60 people like watch that video. Maybe even more. Who knows with YouTube analytics. I feel so guilty about that. You have no idea. Like, no one deserves on this planet. I would not wish this upon anyone to have to watch that video. I don't care what you've done in your past. Like, literally, no one should have to like sit through that internet bullshit that was that video. I am so sorry for whatever mental damage you are recovering from having seen or heard that piece of shit. I am so fucking sorry. And while I'm at it, I might as well apologize for my other YouTube sins while I'm here. I'm sorry for the McCree is the worst hero in Overwatch video. That was just not fucking true. I understand it was an opinion piece, but still. The bottom line is, McCree as a hero in Overwatch is one of the best high skill characters in the game, given the fact that you can pull off really, really high damage headshots at any given time, and if you simultaneously do that, you're just stacking up massive amounts of damage. So, sorry to any McCree players I may have triggered with that video. I did delete that video as a response to such, like, I'll be honest, not just to the negative feedback, but because my opinion of him changed as I played more of him. Like, I just felt like he was a better hero than I initially thought. So I just, regrets all around. Now, some of the points I made in the video are still true, in my opinion. So, I'm not super full of regret, but I can't keep that video up strictly because it doesn't reflect how I feel anymore. And I have yet to make a video kind of counterbalancing that one, so I just deleted it. So, moving on to my Somber Guide, I noticed that the video was basically cancer. And so I immediately try to salvage the situation. I'm like, okay, I'm going to delete this video. I'm going to go into my editor and try to fix whatever the fuck happened. Because I have no idea how the audio could be doubling over itself. It makes no sense to me. I would have had to have made two different tracks of me talking, then put them on two different sections in the editor. And I didn't see that there. It was not there. There was no section of that description to be seen. Not only when I get in the editor do I see that problem that doubles the audio. And by the way, it's not physically there, but I hear it. But all of the audio for the gameplay is also out of sync for no reason. This could not be possible because of the nature of the way I edit my content. It's literally impossible for me to cut the audio incorrectly because I work with both the gameplay and the audio at the same time so that there are no errors. So if I cut here, it also cuts the audio at the exact same time frame. Literally, it's impossible for me to fuck up the audio in that manner. So not only are these files fucked up, but I go to fuck with them in my Elgato, and they're all corrupt. They just won't play properly. They're all out of sync now. And I'm like, what the fuck has happened? So I lost all of my Overwatch footage. It's all gone. So that explains why there hasn't been any Overwatch content as of late, because it's all gone. I have none of it. All of the projects I was working on are gone. All of them. Even like some of the joke shit that I was going to do. All gone. No guides, no nothing. So I'm starting from bare bones at this point. And all my Overwatch shit is gone. So that's what happened. I don't know what else to say outside of that. I'm super bummed out. But now I should transition into the topic of my current problem with collecting Overwatch footage. Like, what is the deal? Why can't I seem to do this? Basically, I think it's bad luck. Like, that's all I can say. Because every match I go into, whether it is competitive or quick play, and believe me, haters, whoever's typing in the comment section that this is my fault, I've considered the fact that it might be me sucking at the game because I kind of fell out of it during October. Personal reasons, it's not your fucking problem. We're not going to talk about that here. But when I look at the scoreboards and I look at my effort overall in the game, I have gold medals on average for one thing or another all of the time. And I know I'm not a terrible Overwatch player. I don't care what anyone says. You can have your own opinion about me and my gaming style, or if you think I'm a good or bad player, that's irrelevant to me. I know what I am, so anything you say at this point does not bother me. So I'm playing with these people who are apparently equated to my skill level according to Blizzard, which, by the way, no, they're fucking not. They're, like, not even half of what I can do in this game. And that's embarrassing. Like, I got gold medals with Widowmaker. I got gold medals with Tracer and Damage. Like, I should not be getting those on average. And with the way the meta's behaving, I'm also very frustrated with that as well. And it's actually attributing to that balance problem, and let me explain. Basically, if you don't know anything about the meta shift, a lot of characters got buffs, including Pharah, Widowmaker, who else got one? I think Lucio got a nerf, which I think is bullshit, but that's another discussion, But the biggest buff and the most apparent buff that most of me and my friends are noticing is that Soldier 76 got a damage buff. And apparently he has less accuracy. Which I almost want to say bullshit. It feels exactly the same. Like, legitimately, it feels exactly the same. Soldier is a god now. If you do not have Soldier 76 on your team doing work, your team is going to lose. Unless the other team doesn't have Soldier 76, or the Soldier 76 that they have on their team at the time is just, like, atrociously bad. So, I'm playing these games, right, and I have evidence to support this. Like, for example, there was a competitive match that I played where our team got fucking flat in the first round. We got our asses beat to shit. And I was playing Sombra at the time. I'm like, you know what? Next round, I'm going to play Soldier. I switched to Soldier to the next round. They never leave spawn. That's how good this fucking hero is. If you play him at all competently, he is necessary. He shuts down Pharah. He can shut down snipers. His ultimate can just wipe fields of people. It absolutely demolishes every other hero in the game. It makes Reaper almost fucking useless. It makes McCree have a lot hard time living. Because, like, Soldier has that pocket heal and everything. To summarize it, he's just ridiculous. And I think what Blizzard needs to do as a whole is nerf basically everyone. I'm tired of people saying that the solution to this problem is buffing. No, we need everyone nerfed, because the bottom line is the time to kill is getting a little crazy now. With Soldier being buffed, it's also really hard for me to play Tracer, who's one of my favorite characters, because Soldier, if he gets a good amount of hits on you, you're just dead. He kills you so fast. And if he gets crits, forget about it. You're fucking gone. And that 35-meter range on his assault rifle, out of this world. Now, I feel like it could be a good thing for Soldier to be, very viable. But at the expense of everyone else in the game, it just feels wrong. The Soldier 76 meta is ridiculous. And the reason I have a big problem with it, because, you could say, oh, you don't even have to play him. Why do you care? Yes, I do. Whenever my team doesn't pick Soldier 76, I have to fucking play him now, because he's necessary. I remember whenever I do this, and without fail, some smartass in the team comp goes, thank you, and it pisses me off, because they know it and I know it, that Soldier 76 is overpowered as shit now. Like, I want to play Tracer. I want to play Widowmaker. I want to play Sombra. I don't want to play Soldier 76 right now. I like Soldier. I'll play him every once in a blue moon. I like his role. I think he's very viable. I thought he was viable before the patch. It's just out of this world, man. The fact that you need Soldier 76 so bad that he's the difference between games now. Like, that's the gap I always see in my competitive matches now. Why did we lose? Because the Soldier wasn't as good. Why did we lose? Because we didn't have a Soldier. Why did we lose? Because the enemy team Soldier's really good. Why did we lose? Soldier 76 did an ultimate and killed all of our squishies. It's fucking ridiculous. The Soldier meta is retarded, and I'm already over it. Like, maybe I can adapt to it and make it something very positive. Like, maybe I'll get really good at sniping Soldier 76, and then it'll be a net positive for me. But as it currently stands, guys, I'm struggling to get footage. I'm having a bad time. So, yes, I want to make Overwatch videos for you guys. I enjoy making Overwatch videos. It's overall a huge positive in my life. I just wanted to make this to kind of show you what I'm going through right now. And I hope that you will stay tuned for my future content. I plan to make more. Let's talk about Sombra just briefly, because I'm going to give you my brief, brusque-ass opinion on how Sombra is, if I haven't already explained it. Love Sombra, think she's not viable, needs a buff. Do you want me to cover this topic at all more in depth? Let me know. But until then, guys, this is Violent Games signing out. Thank you for understanding if you did. I'm sorry if I've made you mad from any of this. Like, I just feel bad. I really do. I feel guilty about not being able to post content. But I almost feel like it's out of my hands at this point. Like, I cannot get anything done in this game. I don't know, man. It's wild. I'm going to keep working at it, though. Again, thank you guys so much for your support in this channel. If this channel never makes $1, I loved making the content anyways. This is not a waste of time for me. And I still love Overwatch. I'm still going to make content for Overwatch. You're just going to have to give me some time. That's all I ask for, is that you give me some time. And for those of you who legitimately care about me and not just my series, I hope you understand. This video is mostly for you. Anyways, guys, this is Violent Games signing out. And hopefully I'll be back with some more Overwatch content.